Let's check it out. Let's check it. Live gaan. Later streaming software. It should be working. Yes. Test. don't really care. Echt niet zo heel veel schelen. Oh, een beetje ziek, man. Oh mijn god. Ja, we moeten blijven doen, maar... We blijven doen. Oei. Weer. Okay. I think I wrote continuing wrong. I didn't. Wow, that's a surprise. That I did not write continuing wrong. En ik moet op deze toon praten. I have to talk at this. At this loudness. Loudness? I don't know if it's got loudness, but at this tone. Tone is different than loudness, so I should be talking with a higher volume. Yeah, that's the thing. Volume. I drink a little bit of water because I'm sick. And that's the reason why I'm also a little bit nasal. Because I'm sick. Yes. I'm sick in the head. No, I'm not. I'm not sick in the head. But what we did previous episodes, we built a fishery, we built a warehouse, we built some houses, a little hearth, a well, and a mass grave. And now we're gonna continue to expand our little settlement. We got 16 people living in here, so that's good. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad. Before we do that, let's configure the warehouse a little bit. I think we can give the fish a few more crates. So let's give them 10 crates. We got a huge warehouse, so why not fill it? We got a lot of wood. Let's also give that 10 crates. Stone, let's give that 10 crates. What else do we have? We got some meat, maybe. Let's give that 5. The eggs, also 5. Because we have been hunting the previous episodes. We have been hunting these things. These things look like turkeys, so we have been hunting those. And they drop meat and eggs. So now we have a place to store that. And what else do we have? We got a little bit of grain. But these people do not like to farm. So I don't think I'm gonna build farms yet. Until we at least get some slaves, maybe. So, yeah. So they don't like to farm. And then we're not gonna farm. Fine. That's fine by me. We will just have to do with fisheries. And we got 70 people. So previous episode I also decreased the amount of workers here. Because we didn't need as many. And we needed people to do other things like build. And now we can increase this as well. The amount of workers that work in a fishery. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna expand the city center. So I think I'm going to, let's see, so this. So we have to build a few things. We have to, for example, build a lavatory. This is where they can go to the toilet. We also have to build a speaker. Let's start with a speaker. And this is entertainment for them. So we got that. Let's also build like roads around it. So it becomes like a city square. And then we're gonna build a lavatory on this side. Let's make it this big. So latrines and basins. Basins is where they can clean themselves. I think like a sink. I will put. Let's look at what a basin is. I'm gonna Google it. Oh, it is a sink. So it is a sink. It might be different than a sink because it has different name. I don't know how different it would be, but yeah. So, and we have some latrines, and this is where they go to the toilet. So let's put it like this, and let's put one more there. And then the area between the basins and the latrines, I'm going to separate by wall. So we'll put a door there. Maybe let's do a double door and a door here as well. And should we put one more basin in here? No, because it doesn't work. Area must be connected. Oh, okay. So we have to keep it empty there. Otherwise, it won't work. And then we can put one more basin here. There's a door here. There's a door here. We could also just... expand the room. So there's no wall at all instead of having a wall and a door. So this looks good. And we're going to build this. And now they have a place to go to the toilet. And I'm also going to build, which is important, let me see. What was the important thing that I was going to build? Oh yeah, the janitor. I was going to build a janitor. And the janitor, what the janitor will do, for example, if you take a look here, we see that it is kind of grainy. And what the janitor will do, if you take a look here, you see that the warehouse is grainy. And the reason why it is grainy is because it's degraded. And the wear and tear on these buildings have to be repaired, and it gets repaired by a janitor. And all of these buildings have degradation stat. So all of these buildings have a degradation stat, and we need a janitor to repair it. So so a janitor here in the corner would be a nice thing. So does this fishery also have degradation? Yeah, it also has one. So we might have to place it like somewhere here. Maybe here. So it also reaches this fishery. Janitor. So let's put the janitor somewhere here. Looks nice. And then we can build a workstation. Oh, it's not big enough. Look at this. So we need to make it a little bit bigger. And then I think if we build 2... Oh, we cannot get 10 janitors. That's way too many. We don't need that many. But we can also build some utilities, which will make the efficiency go up, which is very important. So we can do more work with less people. And that's nice. And one guy is hungry. And why are you hungry, my man? Where are you coming from? I think there's a new settler. Yeah, I think it's a new citizen. A new town man. I don't know. What do you call someone who lives in a town instead of a citizen? I think it's citizen because this is like This is the capital of our empire. So he is also a citizen. He's also a townsman. So here we can look at what level our city is. If I can find it. I'm just taking a look. So here we can see what level our city is. Our city, our town, our settlement is a settlement. I'm going to keep calling it a settlement. This is the current level, a mer. It will become an emir. And as you might see, it won't become a city ever, because that's not a thing in the game. But yeah. So this is the level of our city. And this is the diplomacy screen, technology screen. I don't know how did I get there? What did I press? I pressed something. Oh, this. Okay. Now we know that as well. Where to get the technology, our level. Livestock. So we're gonna wait until all of this is built, and if this is built, then we're gonna start building more houses. And after we build more houses, I think I'm going to build a glabdien pasture. Glabdiens. Because we got some livestock here in our throne room. So these are the initial resources that they gave us to get started with. We got some livestock, so we can use this livestock to start a glabdien pasture. Glabdiens. Okay, so loyalty is decreasing. It is utmost importance that you tend to your subjects' needs. Check the citizens tab to see what you can do to increase the happiness. Okay, so I think people are unhappy, so that makes them at risk of leaving. We don't want that, of course. So what we want to do is we want to make them happier. As you might see, because we got more citizens, they want to use the well more. But there is already a well. I don't know why they're less happy. Might be because there are a few homeless people. That might be it. So we have to just increase the services. And once we get the lavatory, I hate the fact that this game... So once we get the lavatory, the happiness should increase by quite a bit, because look at how big this bar is. And then we can also get some other stuff. Maybe some food stalls. That would be nice. A market is also easy to build. So we can get all of that. And if we take a look at the amevias as well, let's see if they're good carpenters, because we're going to need some furniture that will also make them happy. So let's see, how good of a carpenter are these guys? Otherwise, we're going to need some dwarves, and those dwarves are going to be our carpenters. So they're not that great at carpentry, but none of the races are great at carpentry except for the dwarves. No. So the amevias are not great at carpentry. Skill 100. I don't get this, man. So how good of a carpenter are these guys? They're not that great. Are they great? They're like fine. Organash. I don't get this. I don't get this. So the fulfillment is not that great. So let's take a look here. So they're good at it. Oh, I get it. So these are how good they are at it. Okay. I finally know how this screen works. So if you take a look here, the green arrows means how good they are at stuff, and the green bar means how fulfilled they will get by doing this job. So the amevias get full fulfillment, so they will be really happy if they're fishing. And they are also kind of good at it because they got 3 bars. And they get like a little bit of fulfillment from carpentry, and they are just regular, so they are medium. I don't know. They're like medium skilled. They're like medium skilled at carpentry. And if we take a look at, for example, the dwarves, if you can find them, I forgot their name. What are the names of the dwarves? So if you take a look at the dwarves, we see... If you take a look at the dwarves, we see that they're really good. And they also get fulfilled by a lot of refinement. But they also get a lot of fulfillment from refinement jobs. So carpentry, you will refine wood to furniture, jewelry, crafting jobs. And we can see that the dwarves get a lot of fulfillment, and they're also really good at crafting jobs. But it is still kind of weird because I don't know what those arrows mean. Because if you take a look here, the amevias, for example, have 3 arrows here, which means they're really good at fishing. But if you take a look here, for example, we see that they have 140% skill. If you take a look here, I don't know. Anyway, we should, they're fine carpenters. Anyway, they're fine carpenters, so we can use the amevias to do carpentry. So that's also one of the things that is on our list of buildings. And also we have a speaker now, so this should also give a little bit of happiness to our citizens. And that's also nice. So I was thinking about it. I think there's gonna be like a little city square, and then somewhere here we're gonna build like a huge one. So this should fulfill the service requirements of a lot of citizens that live here. But we're gonna build a bigger one with like a big temple with a lot more services. Everything is going to be bigger, but we should start small. And then we increased our city level because we got 25 people. And that means we go to the next level. We get a few effects. So more people are willing to immigrate. Also, people are a little bit happier. And we unlocked a new building, so laboratory. And we can use this to get technologies. And those technologies will increase our city even more. So for example, we can get technology that will increase the fisheries. So we will get more fish. We will be able to fish more from these fisheries. A lot of cool stuff that we can still do. But before we do that, we're going to build some more houses. This is going to be the new block of our settlement. Let's take a look. Let's put some roads around. And then because we got a lot more homes, we can also increase the amount of citizens that we automatically accept. So let's make this 100. So once our citizens amount, the amount of citizens that we have is so once the amount of citizens we have is at 100, it will stop accepting automatically citizens. So once our citizen so once the amount of citizens that we have gets to 100, it will stop automatically accepting citizens. And these are going to be our new houses that we're going to build. So we got a little bit of overflow, a few empty apartments that people can occupy when they newly arrive to the city. So build a few roads here. And then I think I'm going to build like one more block here. And after we got one more block, this should be fine enough for all of these houses. And then we're gonna build like maybe one or two more blocks, and then here we're gonna build our huge, and I mean huge, city square. And we can also build like a little shrine here. So there are different gods that you can pray to. So we got the shrine of Amenian, Aturi, Crater, and Shmalor. What a bunch of names, man. So if we take a look here, we can see there should be a place where we can see what all of these do. So Krator is the god of farming and husbandry. We're not gonna do that because we're not gonna be great farmers. Shmalur. So Shmalur is one of Armenian's creatures. So let's see what Armenian is. So Armenian is kind of Armenian was a really important god that got evil. You can read it yourself about the lore. And then Shmalur is one of its underlings. So Arturi is the leader and greatest of Astauri. We're gonna build shrines for Arturi. Let's take a look. Oh, it doesn't say. So Astari, I don't know what Astari is. So there's a little bit of lore behind this game, but I don't know where to read that. Maybe on the wiki. I'm not gonna do that now. I will do that later. So if he... So Aturi is the leader of Astari. I think that Astari is the world, I think. So this is the leader of Astari, the current ruling god. You have the Kratorism, or Krator, that is the creator of Astari. Yeah. You have this guy. Then you have Armenian, which also used to rule Astari, but got evil and corrupted. And then Shmalur, a bunch of names. And then Shmalur is the minion of Armenian. So we're gonna build shrines for Krator and Aturi. Okay, let's just start with only Aturi, because we only got space for one shrine. The shrines are pretty huge. So Aturi, yeah, look at this. They're like incredibly massive. Might even not smart to build one here. No, I don't think it's smart to build one here. It's a bit too big. But we could build it like here. Yeah, let's build it there. Or maybe even here. Yeah, I think that's even better. So this one we can cancel. And this will become our first shrine. And then we can also build some homes here. But what I'm going to do maybe even is I think I'm going to build a market here. And it gives a little bit of... and it will make the... And this will make the citizens a little bit happier. Yeah, this will make the citizens a little bit happier. So It says area is not connected. What does that mean? Okay, so I had to expand it by 1. And then which side is the produce side and which side is the place where they stand? I think something like this should look good. So we got one food stall, and then we're also going to build a market. We're just gonna make it look the same. With 2 stalls. And if you take a look here, this also requires furniture, which we do not have yet. But we're gonna get it. Once we built all of these houses, and we built this food stall, the shrine, this laboratory, we're gonna start building some workplaces where we can build some furniture. The reason why it's taking we built all of the houses. We built a shrine to Arturi. We got a food stall, and we also got 31 citizens. So I did not realize this, but we also need furniture for the lavatory. So we need to build a carpenter first. And after that, we can build a Glabdine farm. I think we got enough food for now. We can always increase the amount of workers that we have. We got 9 people that have nothing to do, so we're gonna put those people to carpentry. So we're gonna build like a small one first, and after that we can always build a new bigger one. I learned from my mistake where I was building way too big of buildings that were never finished. So now we're gonna build a few smaller buildings and just get our city up and running. And after we get our city up and running, we can build bigger ones that are more efficient. But for now, we start with small ones. So we also need a lot of stone for this. If you take a look, our stone storage is empty. So we need to mine some stone as well here and there. You can also get a stone mine, but this is good enough for a temporary. But this is good enough to get some quick stone. So it does say that there's 0 stone here, so it might be not enough. So we will take a look. God damn, his voice is hurting like motherfucker. So it says 0 stone here, so let's take a look if it actually gives us stone or not. So it does give a little bit of stone. So it does give stone. If you take a look here, we see that there's 1 stone there. So I don't really know how it works. It says 0, but apparently it does give stone. So that's fine by me. So we're gonna build a carpenter. Few people are gonna become carpenters. So here is our first carpenter working. So here our first carpenter is working and is building furniture, so crafting furniture. We already got one because it says +1 here. I think, right? We got 3 carpenters now. So to get furniture, you need wood. So we also need a supply of wood. And we can get a forestry with the amevias, but maybe there's a better race or a woodcutter. It's called a woodcutter. So maybe we can do this, but it requires a lot of workers. If you take a look here, 16 workers to get 32 wood. Do we want to do that? Or what we also can do is we can give a job once in a while to just fell the trees like this. And then people that don't have a job will go and do this stuff. So I think I'm going to do that for now. And I think that will be enough wood for the time being because we got already a lot in storage. there's also wood scattered everywhere. So let's also increase this maybe, because we just got so much. We got so much space in this warehouse. We can use this for wood for now. Later on, we're just gonna use this only for food, and then we build like second warehouse for maybe a district here, and this district will be for refining materials or crafting materials, and then we will build a warehouse with only crafting materials, so wood, stone, a lot of other stuff. And one of the most important things just unlocked, we can export and import stuff, so that's good, because this is gonna give us a lot of money. And with money, we don't have to do everything. So for example, we can export furniture and we can import wood. And because we leveled up, we also have and because we leveled up, we also have diplomacy with different, and because we leveled up, we also have diplomacy available to us. So this guy, Ko-E, from the great nation of Namasal. So he's introducing himself and he's giving us a gift. So 1.5k stone. Now, of course, I'm going to accept that. So let's see. Namasal. So these guys. This is our city. These guys just gave us a bunch of stone. Well, thank you guys. It was really nice of you. And what we're also going to do is we are going to build our own import and export stations. This So I'm just gonna cancel these jobs because we don't need that much wood. All of this has to be still hauled over to this warehouse. So let's do that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to build like a little trade district over here. And in that trade district, we will build our import and export sectors. If I can find where they are. Here we go. So this is our export. So we can build them here, here, here. So I got 3. But for now, that's good. And then import. We can build also 3, 1, 3. because 3 is enough. Again, like I said, we should not begin too big, because that got us into a lot of trouble the previous time. We got a famine because of that. So for now it is good. And we will start importing and exporting different materials from this place. And then our other neighbor, Shintaro, the 11th from Vorkia, also is giving us a gift. Well, thank you. 801 apples. So we will make some room for that in our warehouse. So now we need to double it. So now we have enough storage for the apples that we're going to retrieve. That's pretty cool, man. Apples. How about them apples? Is she gonna attack us? I don't know. She might be. And here we go. So this is our trade districts. This one has to still be built. It's almost done. So we can choose to export stuff from here. And what can we export? We can export. What do we have too much of? Well, nothing really. We have a little bit of stone that we have too much of, so we can export that. And here we can choose how much we want to export it. You have no trade agreements. So we still need some trade agreements. So they want this to start the trade. Well, we don't need that. Okay, so to get trading, we need some trade agreements. But for now, we don't really need the money. So I'm going to wait a little bit. They want a lot of materials to start a trade agreement. Well, I am not willing to give you that yet. But we will in the future. Because we also don't have really anything to export yet. So once we get things that we want to export, we will get some trade agreements. So also there are still some homeless people. All of these places are full. Our lavatory is built, so people should be a little bit happier. More people should also move in because of that. The market is built. People are having a good old time, man. They're having a lot of fun. Also build like maybe a road here. Pretty wide. Yeah, that looks good. So we will build a road here. Maybe too wide. Let's leave one space empty. And if you take a look here, it's a good thing that we built some doors on this side as well. Because our trade district is going to be on this side. So yeah, okay. This looks good. Looks good, man. Looks like a good city. And what can we do? We got 25 people that have no job. So we could first of all increase the amount of workers in the fishery. Let's max this out because we got enough workers. And then what we also can do is we can build a glabdien farm. Glabdiens. And then what place? Where can we put these glabdiens? Should we put it like maybe on the other side of the river? I don't like that. Maybe like somewhere here. Let's make it not too square. Just a little bit like randomly. Increase it. So it becomes nice. And is there maybe an overlay? So if you take a look here, what do they like? So the more fertility it has, the better. So if you take a look at the fertility, what has high fertility? So this is the river. The river has high next dimension reach. So we need to place the pasture on a high fertility. So we need to put the pasture on a high fertility place because otherwise it will take up a lot of space and it will be less efficient. That's not great. So these places are high fertility. What else is a high fertility? So if you zoom out a little bit, if you take a look here, maybe this place. Let's get it like started here, maybe. It looks okay. So around the river should be high fertility, right? So this is, for example, high fertility. I don't get this overlay. Honestly, I just don't get it. So it should show me what the fertility rate here is. I think a brighter color is better fertility. So let's try to get the brighter colors. So a little bit here, a little bit there. And there's the max dimension that we get. We can also make it like square, but square it will look really, really ugly. So I don't want that. It must be placed in a corner. Must be placed facing the edge of the room. Okay. There we go. This is going to be the entrance. And then we're going to build some huts to increase the efficiency. And this is going to be our Glabdine farm. So workers, not too many, 15. 15.7. That's fine. That's good. Also going to build a road. This is going to be our Glabdine farm for now. And then later on, we can always move it. We can always move everything. So there's no problem. So the rains have stopped, but we don't have any farms, so it doesn't really matter. If we had farms, they will all dry out, and they would give fewer crops. But now it doesn't matter, and it also immediately starts raining. So it really wasn't that much of a disaster. So sometimes disasters pop up. This was one of them. And as you might have seen, it immediately rained afterwards, so it really wasn't that scary. So we did build like a huge Glabdine farm. But let's be honest, nobody complained about too many Glabdines. So they're building it, which is fine. And what else can we do? So what is our next step? What is a good next thing to do? Ooh, look at this. Esteemed colleague, Bob of Lemodia. It seems that we are apparently called Bob. In the truth, this happened to me, saddened me at first, but only human. Okay, so we forgot her birthday, and now she wants a bunch of stuff. We can give it to her. Let's give it to her. There's no problem. It's her birthday. I have to admit, I really did forget it, so sorry for that. But you can get some materials, so you can like party all night long, and it's on me. There's no problem. It is no problem, baby. So like I said, what could we do next? So we got a carpenter. It is a pretty tiny carpenter. We also did not put any crates, or we did not reserve any crates for furniture. We have to do that as well. And then we can see how much furniture we get or have. These guys are sleeping in the warehouse because they don't have homes. So that's a good thing to do. So these are our initial settlers, and they all got apartments. So they have a little bit of more luxurious, more private houses. But what we can do is we can build houses. So we can build houses that are a bit less private, but they can house more people in a smaller area. So we can take a look. So is privacy a stat even? So I don't think privacy is a stat. So we can build longhouses, which will house a lot of people in a small area. But I think I'm just gonna keep that houses because this just looks a little bit nicer. Oh, and I don't want to put them there because I want a little road in between these houses. So we're gonna delete these jobs. Let's rebuild them. And the reason, like I said, these just look a little bit nicer, in my opinion. So we're gonna just build some houses. But they will house more people, I'm guessing. So these are for our initial settlers. And these are going to be more cramped for the people that move in later. But that's the thing, man. If you were here first, you get like privilege. Let's also build like a few more homes there. And then here we can start building like our big city square. We're gonna build a bunch of services in here. So these are going to be, this is going to be our new city square. And this is going to be our trade district. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Let's just reserve a little bit of space for this. This is going to be our trade district. Somewhere here. From here to here. Also a little bit of this space is going to be used for trade. Oh, not this. Should have gone to the left here. So this is going to be also increased for... This is also going to be used as a trade. Or maybe even... let's keep it here. So this is going to be our trade district. This as well. This is going to be a trade district. This is going to be housing. And then this here is our pasture. That's fine. Let's remove this. And then we need some place where we are going to build our school district. Not our school district, but where we're going to build our research district. So we're going to move this out of here. Not now. I think I'm going to place like our industrial district over here. So the carpenters, everything that makes noise, everything that makes pollution, we're going to put all over here. And then this is going to be our research district. So if we... So we should be able to get our laboratory. So laboratory, and we just need wood for that. So really, and we need some furniture. Okay. Should we build it this big? I don't think it's needed to build it that big. We're just gonna increase the size a little bit. Because we also don't want it to be too small. So this one more thing can go away. One more square of... There we go. This looks perfect. Yeah, this looks like a good laboratory, man. A good place to start. Then we're gonna place some doors. And this is going to be our laboratory. So they're still building the Glabdiem farm. We're also building a laboratory. So we don't have enough workers for all of this. So we're gonna need more citizens. We put it to 100. So 100 citizens will arrive. So we will get a maximum of 100 citizens if they're willing to arrive, if they're willing to settle in our city. But we have to wait still until they actually arrive. And to make them arrive, we can make them happier. So how do you make them happier? Food rations. So that one is important. Food preference. That's also important. So if you take a look, we see that the amevias have a food preference for eggs, fruit. For eggs and fruit. Okay. Maybe we can build like a statue there as well. And that will maybe also make them a little bit happier. A statue. Let's put it there. Oh yeah. Oh no, this is not a statue. Just a second. This is a torch. So this will give them light, which is also important. I should also do that. But I want to build a statue first. Decorations. Oh, we can't do statues yet. Okay, then I'm gonna build a tree. Let's make a tree there. And we built like a few of these torches. So these also have to be fueled. They have to be lit. We'll put some benches. So we'll make this like a really cozy place. Also some... Also, let's put some flowers. And this might make them a little bit happier. So we're going to take a look if that's really the case. And we do need steel to build these torches. So yeah, what we can do, look at this. So we got an import depot. And then we can do this. But we do need still a trade contract. And they're not willing to accept. You have nothing worth to offer this faction. Oi. So they're not willing to trade because we just don't have enough. Yikes. Okay. So we're gonna need some extra stuff that we can sell. And of course, things that you can craft, like furniture, is going to sell for more than wood or fruit or fish. So we need to refine things and we need to craft things if we really want to start trading. So we at least got these build orders in. Once we get a trade agreement, we will build these. We will get some steel and then we will build these. We're building houses. The Glabdien pasture is getting built. So we're gonna wait for all of these things to be built and then, we will do our next thing. So the laboratory is also almost built, which is also really important. So as you might see, internal storage is full and production installed. Have a warehouse fetched to produce fish. Okay, so I think we need not a radius here, but we need to put more workers here. So if we put like 5 workers in this this warehouse, they should start fetching this fish. And once they start fetching this fish, they should start fishing again. That will increase our fish storage, and increasing our fish storage means increasing our happiness because we will have extra rations, and that means we also get extra citizens, which will then allow us to work the laboratory, work the carpentry, work a lot of stuff, and then we can do other things. So this should work again. The workload is at 3%. So what does that mean? How busy your employees are. So if we decrease this to like fewer people, does that help a little bit? And there we go. So our laboratory is working, and now we are generating research points. And this we can spend on technology. So for example, we can increase our fisheries, which is important because we are amevians. And it also does not cost that much, 50 points. The next one costs 75 points. There are 25 tiers, so we can increase it by quite a bit. These guys are just going to keep researching. And once you stop researching, you will forget technologies. So you have to keep researching at all times. Because this thing will go down. And once it goes down enough, you will start forgetting technologies. So I don't know what the maximum is that I can get now. It doesn't really tell you. You have to just kind of find out by experimenting. So for example, we can also increase this one more time, the fisheries. We can also unlock new technologies. So for example, here we can unlock the physician. because the fish is now taken away, this fishery is also more efficient, and we are starting to store some fish. So we also almost have 100 citizens. We got 3 extra workers that are not doing anything. Once this Globdine farm has been built, we will also lose quite a few free workers to the Globdine farm, and we also increased our city level. And now we can train our own army. We also can get a stockade and a slaver, and that will... And with this, we can handle criminals. So this might also mean that we are going to start getting attacked. Because we reached a certain city level. We're starting to get attacked. And we're going to have to build some military buildings. So I think I'm going to start with our first military building over here. But we're still going to wait until some of this other stuff is built. So we got still some roads that are still have to be built. And this Globdine farm. So we built also this... yeah, fuck it. Okay, so we built our Glabdine farm. We built a Glabdine farm, but it says unavailable livestock, which is weird because when we started, we did have some livestock. I don't know where that went. Yeah, so we had some livestock in our throne room, so it's now gone. Okay, weird. So we have to trade for that. Can we finally get a trade agreement going? Yes. So we finally can get a trade agreement going. I'm going to do that with Vorkia. If we can do that, no. So they're not willing to accept because we don't have enough stuff for them. But Namashal is willing to accept a trade agreement. That's great. And now what we can do is we can set how much we want to import. And then because we don't have any money, it's not going to import anything. We need like $500 cash. And then we have to sell like some stuff. And I think we can sell some of our wood off. These guys don't have a thing. Okay, that's fine. And how do we set how much wood we want to sell? So how much wood can we sell? So it doesn't tell us how much wood we want to sell. We want to sell the minimum price you're willing to sell this. Okay. No workers within the radius. Okay, so we're selling the wood because it says I sold 8. But how can I tell this to store less wood? Because now it's just selling off everything. I don't want to sell off everything. That's weird. Okay, so I can press this. I press in this warehouse. And then there is a slider. Ooh, look at this. Only pull when the storage exceeds this limit. Okay, let's only like export 10% of what is stored here. So we got a lot of wood laying on the ground here because we cleared all of this for the Glabdine pasture. And this will be brought to the warehouse, and the people that manage this export will pull it from the warehouse, and then it will get sold. So we got like a little bit of money. So we got $87, and it cost 518 to get a single livestock. Yikes, that's a lot of money. So we can also take a look at how much furniture costs. So if you want to sell furniture costs 91. But we got, I want a little bit more furniture before we start selling it. So let's just keep selling wood. And maybe stone. How much is stone? Stone. is 6, so that's also terrible. Fish or apples. Apples is 10. We can sell off all of our apples. I'm fine with that. We will make the citizens a little bit less happy because we don't really have variety of food. We only have one food kind then. But this is almost ran out anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We're gonna have to deal with that problem anyway. And then I don't also want to touch the fish, because the fish, I want to like stock that up so we get, you know, a little bit of a ration and we won't die because we sold off all of our fish. So we're just going to keep increasing our fishery methods, which will allow us to get to make the fisheries even more efficient. And then we can also start unlocking some other stuff. So for example, we can unlock this, which will allow us to build warhammers. And once we start building warhammers, we can sell the warhammers for a bit more than just regular wood. And it's also not that difficult to make. I think you only need wood for warhammers. That's pretty cool. We can also build some canals. We can also build some canals. We can also build some canals, which will allow us to distribute the fresh water a little bit, which will make the amevians happy, of course. And we can increase. We can research this. We can research this, which will allow us to. Which will allow us to upgrade our laboratories. We can do a whole bunch of stuff. For example, this as well. Improved laboratory, which will allow us to upgrade our laboratories, which will again allow us to get more research, which will then again allow us to do better. Advanced library. We can do a lot of stuff still. A lot of stuff. So entertainment as well. Let's get entertainment. So we can build a stage. Let's build a stage. We will do that next time. So I'm gonna cut it here. Our Glaabdienst